Hello everyone and welcome to chapter number 5 of Statistics for Economics. The name of the chapter is Presentation of Data. So today in this video we will learn about the first topic of chapter 5, that is tabular presentation. So let's begin. Tabular presentation, also known as tabulation. Introduction. The classification of data leads to the problem of presentation of data. As we know that we have dealt with classification of data in chapter number 4, and we have learned about the basis of classification. As you remember, there were four types of classification were done. It was geographical, chronological, qualitative and quantitative. Now the next thing is presentation of data. The presentation of data means exhibition of the data in such a clear and attractive manner that these are easily understood and analyzed. Therefore, after classifying the data, we need to present the data in a very clear and attractive manner so that even a layman can understand what is being presented. There are many forms of presentation of data, and among all the form, basically there are three well-known presentation of data, and that is textual presentation, tabular presentation, diagrammatic presentation. Textual presentation is excluded from your syllabus for the session 2020-21, so we are not going to study about textual presentation. We will be understanding or learning about tabular presentation and diagrammatic presentation. Here we discuss in detail about tabular method of data presentation. So this video is all about the tabular presentation of data. Now, what is a table? A table is a systematic arrangement of statistical data in rows and columns. So this is a simple answer of what is a table. It is a systematic arrangement of statistical data in rows and columns. There are also certain definitions given by few economists. The first one here is table involves the orderly and systematic presentation of numerical data in a form designed to elucidate the problem under consideration, according to Professor L.R. Kunur. The next definition is table in its broadest sense is an orderly arrangement of data in column and rows, according to Professor M.M. Blair. So these are some of the definition given by the economist, and this is just a simple answer of the question that what is a table. Finally, reaching to the meaning of tabular presentation after undergoing certain definition, we can simply say the thing in brief that table is a systematic organization and presentation of data in the form of rows and columns, whereas rows are horizontal arrangements and columns are vertical arrangements. This is the thing that we have understood so far about table. Coming to the features of a good table. So here are certain characteristics which make the table a good one. The first one here is title as compatible with the objective of the study. It means that the title should be placed at the top center of the table, and each table must have certain title. The next one is to facilitate comparison. It should always be kept in mind that items which are to be compared with each other are placed in columns or rows close to each other because it facilitates comparison. Coming to ideal size, what we have to keep in mind that before making the table, we must design it or make a rough draft or sketch of the table and get some idea as how many rows and columns should be drawn for the presentation of data, and then only we are going to make the final table. The next feature is stubs. If the rows are very long, then what we need to do? We need to make stubs which may be given at the right hand side of the table also. So we need to make stubs at the right hand side of the table. Coming to the next one, that is use of zero. So please remember that zero should be used only to indicate the quantity of a variable. If any item is missing or not available, any data is not available, then in that empty space or place we are not going to write zero. It should be indicated by NA, that is not applicable, or hyphen sign. We are not going to use zero under that situation. The next feature is heading. Heading should be generally written in the singular form. Suppose, for example, if we are making column and which is indicating goods, so we will just write the word good, G-O-O-D, not G-O-O-D-S. The other features are abbreviations. Use of abbreviation should be strictly avoided. Abbreviation should not be mentioned there in any of the heading or subheading of the table. And neither we are going to use any sign and symbols there while making the table. Coming to the next feature, that is footnote. Footnote is not compulsory. If we want, then it can be given only if it is needed. And it must bear some asterisk mark corresponding to the concerned item. That is important in footnote. The next one is total. In the table, subtotal of the item must be given at each and every row. At the end of each and every row, we need to write the subtotal, and finally the grand total of the item must also be written. Sources of data. The sources of data, it must be noted at the foot of the table. It is generally noted next to the footnote. So you will find source of data always along with the footnote. Coming to the size of columns, what should be the size of column? So the size of columns must be uniform and systematical. It should not be very unsystematic manner. We have to keep this thing in mind. And coming to the last feature and the most important one, that the table must be simple, economical and attractive. So all these are the features of a good table. Let us now understand about the objectives of tabulation. The first objective is to carry out investigation. The next one is to make or to do any certain comparison. It is important for us to make the table because it makes the comparison much more easy. Next is to locate omission and error in the data. Also, to use space economically. We used to make table, and table used to represent a large thing in a very economical, and in a very less space a large information can be delivered. It also simplifies the data, and lastly it is used as future references. We can use for any future purpose, for any future reference or any other investigation. We can take the help of the tabulation. So these are the objective of tabulation. Next is about parts or components of table. Here we need to understand about each and every parts and components of table and its importance. The first one is table number. First of all, a table must be numbered. Different table must have different numbers like 1, 2, 3. The next is title. A table must have a title and the title must be written in bold letters. It should be attractive to attract the attention of the reader. Also, the title must be simple, clear and short. We have to keep in mind that a good title is short but complete in all respects. The third part is caption or column heading. It is the title given to the columns of a table and it indicates information containing in columns of the table. Stubs or row heading. So stubs or row heading are titles of rows of a table and it indicate the information containing in the rows of the table. Coming to body of the table, as it is the most important part of the table, it means that it shows the sum total of the items in the table. And also remember that each item in the body is called cell, C-E-L-L, cell. The sixth important part is unit of measurement. The unit used for measurement of figures in the table must be specified along with the title. Suppose if a table is showing about the population figures, then it should be expressed in the term of lakhs or crores. Or if we are measuring or preparing a table of any liquid commodity, then we are going to write there as milliliters or liters. So the unit of measurement should be written there. The seventh one is source. When tables are based on secondary data, then source of the data is to be given. Source of data is always specified below footnote. The next one is head note. So what is head note? If the title of the table is not enough to give the complete information, so a head note is like a supplement added and which provides the complete information in the title of the table. And lastly, the last part is footnote. Footnote are given for clarification of the reader. These are generally given when information in the table need to be supplemented. So all these are the important parts or components of a table. Here you can see a format of a table and actually the format vary from like in different book you will find different formats, but actually the part of the table will remain the same. Coming to this table and understanding the different part of the table, coming to the first one, that is at the top we can see we are going to provide table number along with the title, and if the title is not explained properly clearly, then we will supplement it with the head note, that is called as head or prefatory note, if any. It is like not compulsory. Then coming to the next subheading, or which is like called as stubs, required or mentioned there to give the detailed information about the row. Coming to the division, we have seen that there are 3 columns divided and that is written as column head, and under that is column head used to define us what are the things under the column. This part represents the body or the field where each item is called as cell. So this all are done under the sub entries, and then finally total of each column is being done. Below in the left hand side you can see footnote, and then we have source note also. So this is a simple format of a table along with all its parts. So with this we came to an end of the first video of this chapter. With the help of this video, kindly complete your notes. Thank you.